Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 315, season 13. Today's date is March 12th, 2024, and welcome to the program. Today's program, I'm going to talk about my high school memories of dining at White Castles. And this one was located right across the street from Bogan High School and from at 79th Street and South Pulaski Road. And I patronize there frequently. And so I'll tell you my memories of that. Also, I'll talk about the rock group, The American Breed. And I'll talk about how they became, the rock group, their songs, and what happened to them afterwards. All right. So right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by 9 Lives. And it presents Morris, the cat. Another Morris commercial. This time he is listening to his mistress. She's taking Spanish lessons. This will be interesting. He's very disagreeable as always. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
9 Lives presents Morris.
Buenos días.
Buenos dias. Morris, I said hello in Spanish.
She's trouble enough in English.
Ready for El Din Din.
No, El Finicky Cat bids you adios.
Morris, it's 9 Lives.
That's interesting in any language.
Tune up beef and liver.
9 Lives beef and liver, caramba.
9 Lives, nutritious foods cats really like, even Morris.
Bueno, 9 Lives, or to put it another way.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for 9 Lives that presents Morris, the cat. This is from 1981. I forgot to mention that. He's listening to his mistress's Spanish lesson. Notice if you heard he said caramba. Probably Bart Simpson stole it from him, on The Simpsons. Morris the cat, he was from what's that called? Like not a pet store. I don't know where they kept, he was from an animal shelter. Yeah, that's it, from 1968. He was discovered there and in Chicago, in Hinsdale. And then they used him and he was featured roughly about 60 commercials from 1969 to 1978, and until he passed away. And he was adorable. But this was before Grumpy Cat. Remember him. So those commercials are hilarious. They're on YouTube. If you're in a mood to watch them, I watched a few of them, and they're hilarious. They really are. Morris is still around. I don't see him in commercials much, but he's still the spokesman, and the cat food is still on the market. So he's that became very successful, like that. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about my high school memories of dining at the White Castle restaurant in Chicago, right across from Bogan High School. Also, I'll talk about the rock group, The American Breed. Before I get started, I'm going to mention 2 things. 3 things. Sorry. First, I'm going to get my PET scan. They called yesterday. I'm scheduled. I will be there 9 o'clock in the morning. And, they'll call today to confirm. So finally, and there was a big mix-up with the forms, with the orders. I had to wait 3 weeks, and that was annoying. So hopefully that spot on my rib, I hope it's not serious. I'm scared. But the doctor doesn't think so. But, you never know. So he says there are treatments. So hopefully if it's cancer, we will treat it. If it's not, then fine. We don't know what it is, So at least it's right. It's just that area. It's on the right 10th rib. So we'll see. We'll see what he says. When after they send the results to him, and then probably make an appointment. Also, I will go see my urologist on March 27th. So we'll see what he says. Okay. Second, I found out last night, Eric Carmen died, the singer. I used to listen to him all the time. From the rock group, the Raspberries, go all the way, go all the way. I love that song. That is a classic 70s song. I used to listen to this on the school bus. Somebody had the radio on, and it's great. He was the lead singer of that group, and then he went solo, and recorded other hits like All by Myself, and She Did It, and there was another song I forgot. Anyway, then he disappeared, and then he returned and did Hungry Eyes on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack in 1987, and that was a complete surprise to me. So, and that song's a classic. Oh, it's wonderful. It really is. The movie was okay. I mean, it was fine, but I love the music. I love the album, the soundtrack album, that is. So, so after that, I don't know. Then he recorded another hit, Make Me Lose Control. I remember that one. And then he just disappeared. I think he was still recording and all that, but he kept a low profile. And then last night, his wife announced that he passed away, which is a shame, because we grew up listening to him in the 70s and the 80s. So, so that was great. That's so sad. That really is. Also, third, I didn't mention this on Facebook. A lot of people don't know this, but on Friday, WGN Morning News, they're going to be at Bourbon Street on 115th and Kedzie. That's a bar. They always have their St. Patrick's Day party. So I decided I'm going to go for the first time. I've been to Bourbon Street before. I went to my high school reunion 3 years ago. But this will be my first St. Patrick's Day party. So I will let people know I will be there. And, I got to get up at the crack of dawn to show up. Hopefully they'll let me in. And I know it's going to be nuts over there. It's going to be crowded, loud. That's okay. It looks like fun. It really is. And hopefully meet some people. If any of my followers, my followers that follow me on Van Chicagoland, if you see me, say hello. Come by and say hello. I would like to talk to you. But I think more. I think more of the attention will be, the morning news team and the entertainment acts that they will have there. It's gonna be a riot. So it'll be okay. I will post it maybe Thursday night or Friday morning that I will be there. So, but folks, you heard it here first. I'm almost certain I will be there. I will be there. Okay. And that's from 6 to 10. You can still watch it on TV. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll be on TV. They always show people screaming, yelling. Maybe I'll be there. I don't know. Who knows? It doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay. Okay, right now I'm going to talk about my high school memories of dining at the White Castles. That was okay. It's still there. It's at West 79th Street and South Pulaski Road. It's on the corner across the street from Bogan High School. Now, that White Castle has been there since I think the early 70s, I believe. I don't know about the 60s. No, I don't think so. It was one of those. It's one of the hangouts that kids went to Bogan High School. There were others. There were, like, for example, there was Barnaby's Pizza. There was Mr. Submarine. There was Toby's down the street. They had a Tasty Freeze down on South Pulaski Road. Then there was one other place I forgot. They used to hang out. I couldn't think of it. Um, so I'm trying to think what other place was there? No, I think that we went to White Hat. That was about a block west of there, on Kamensky or Karlov. So when I started high school in 1977 in the fall, you're a freshman, you're nervous, you feel, you're out of sorts, like I was. So all I hear is people, I used to see the White Castles even before I went to high school, but I didn't really dine there. Not really. At first, when I was in high school, I dined in the cafeteria, but I got tired of the cafeteria. I never ate, and after, about the first 2 years, and then I got tired of that. I remember at Bogan High School, the cafeteria, they used to have Coke bottles in the middle of it was in the middle of the room, and then they were glass bottles, and you would have it, so you would go to the cafeteria, get your meal, then you would get something to drink, and you would get some Coke, or I don't know if they had Diet Coke. No, I don't remember that. My favorite memory of that is like when somebody drops a bottle on the floor and it crashes and the whole room goes nuts and they're yelling. That's how I like. So after that, I started. I never brought my lunch. I don't think anybody did. I don't remember seeing. No, I don't remember that at all. Sometimes, in lunch period, I would see my classmates, my friends. We just dine and all that. I don't know. Then we drifted away, and then people just hung out elsewhere. They went to other hangouts. They went to Toby's across the street on 79th Street. It was smoky in there, very smoky. It was like, remember the jukebox. Or they would go to Cruising Music on the corner on Springfield Avenue. I used to go there a lot. Or Mr. Submarine. Wasn't a while I went there. Also, but they also went to Barnaby's. Later on, I don't know, closed and then it changed to Sorrento's, something like that. It was, but Barnaby's Pizza, I think there's one left up in Northbrook. I think they closed the one in Des Plaines. I'm not sure. I just heard that recently, and that was good pizza. It really was. Anyway, back to White Castles. So I started dining there. That place is very strange. It is very strange because I tried for a few times. I loved it. I really love it, and I went frequently. I went there maybe once or twice a week for 4 years, eating there. I would order the usual, like maybe 4 sliders, sometimes 2 doubles, maybe 3 doubles. I don't like pickles. I like pickles, but I don't like it in a sandwich. So it was a request for ketchup. I don't put it on the fries. I put it on the burgers. Don't ask me why. So, and you would go in line. The funny thing is, I remember the phone booths outside, and they were the kids outside. They were either talking, this is pre-cell phones. You don't see any cell phones there, with the kids. They were sitting on the floor, on the ground, that is, excuse me. And the reason why is there was no loitering in a restaurant. If you go in, you have to have your lunch and you go in, order your lunch, it's, sit down, eat it, and once you're done, you're out. I remember one manager they had, she was kind of dictatorial. she was like, You can't. And sometimes if you have to use the bathroom, they have to buzz you in like that. And it was like locked. It was like, it looked like Mexican security. So anyway, so I went there all the time, and I used to run into the kids there all the time. We ate and like that. Um, Sometimes after school, I ate there when I was hungry. Maybe something came up. I wasn't, hungry at the time of lunch, and the menu, because it's White Castle's menu has changed drastically. The sliders are still there. They're also double, if you want cheese, like that. But now they added chicken. They added mozzarella sticks, fish, jalapeno flavor. Back then it was kind of plain and ordinary, but it was good. It was really good. And so, but now the White Castle's first thing, they didn't have a drive-through. No drive-through. So you had to park. Then they remodeled it. I think they tore it down, I believe. And then it's kind of brand new. And it's configured kind of weird like that. The phone booths are gone. They have a drive-through. And excuse me, I don't know if the kids now that go to Bogan go there. They probably do. I assume so. And so it has changed. It has changed a lot. Now for me, do I still eat White Castles? Yes, I do. Once in a while. Not all the time. Once in a while. I do get a craving. I got a craving now. Believe it or not. I would order maybe 2 doubles, maybe 3 if I get really hungry, or like 4. My limit is 4. I can't eat 5. Too much. That's too much. Order regular fries and a drink, and I'm full. You either hated it or you love it. And I read some comments from people on Facebook, on my page. They love it. They don't like it. They used to go in the middle of the night and order it. I never did that. I ate it during the day. I never ate over at night because I can't sleep with a full stomach like that. So it was hilarious. Or like when back then, when kids were going out drinking or partying, they used to stop by like in the middle of the night because it was open 24 hours a day. They would stop by like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock. You would get White Castles, which is a great idea. The funny thing is, I know some people at my church, when we had when it's Easter, we have the resurrection, that's Holy Saturday. When the resurrection service ended about 1 o'clock or 1:30, sometimes earlier, they either go home and eat or, for Easter, or they just go to White Castles, which I didn't know. I should have done that. That's funny. So I do eat it sometimes. I do. I can't help it. And you know what's my favorite memory? It sounds gross. It's like when you smell the bottom of the bag, and you smell the onions and the fries, and it's like, ugh. Either you find it repulsive, or it's heaven. It's up to the person. It really was. Okay, right now I'm going to play a commercial for White Castles. It's from 1977. When I come back, I will talk about the American Breed, that rock group from Chicago. Okay? So I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
Ever notice how some things just don't fit? What's right for Junior, for example, may tie Dad up in knots, and Dad looks silly in Mom's hat. Same with hamburgers. Dad can down this one and more, but it's not made for little hands or small mouths. White Castle makes pure beef hamburgers just right for little hands and small tummies, so each member of the family can have as few or as many as he wants. Just as many as he wants.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for White Castle hamburgers from 1977. Yeah. So White Castles is still around in other locations. Like I said before, the one on 79th Street in South Pulaski is still there. Also on 95th and Cicero. I'm talking about the South Side. And there was one on 111th and Roberts Road. No, 111th Southwest Highway. Excuse me. They moved it to Southwest Highway and Harlem. You take a right over there. And that's the one I go to mostly. Yeah, it's because it's near my home. So, what can I say? I think they had one in Roseland area when I was a little kid in the 70s. But, I never went there for some strange reason. No. We went to Chicken Unlimited if we want to go out. Not over there. My mother doesn't like the hamburgers there because she says it smells like onions and it drives her crazy. Fine, but they're tasty. What can you say? Yeah. All right. You know what's best when you order them when they're hot. And they're very they smell better. That's my opinion. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about the rock group, The American Breed. When I was growing up, this group, I had no idea they were from Chicago. I used to listen to their famous song. It was best known for the song, Bend Me, Shape Me, that came out in 1967. Okay, and I used to listen to this song all the time on WLS AM, FM, WFYR. The American Breed. And I love that song, but it's kind of short, it goes really fast like that. I don't know if there's an extended version. I don't know. Anyway, the group was formed in 1961 by a man. His name was Gary, I want to pronounce his name right, Loizo, I don't know, in Cicero, Illinois. And they were first called Gary and the Night Lights. So it's Night spelled with K-N-I-G-H-T, like Lancelot, and Lights, L-A-T-E-S, not the other one. And they started recording, and one thing led to another. And Bend Me, Shape Me was not their first hit. No. I'm trying to find what is their first hit. Oh yeah. The first one, it was a minor hit. It was a minor hit, and it was called Step Out of Your Mind. You know something? They don't play that song often on the radio, back then. But if you go to satellite radio, they'll probably do. So I heard it yesterday on YouTube for the first time in years, and I liked it, so maybe I'll download it and put it in my Apple Music, and it was pretty good. So, but their best hit, of course, was Bend Me, Shape Me. And there's like versions of that. It is so sometimes it's the usual one you hear on the radio all the time, and then they mix it up. Sometimes it was sped up a little bit, like that. So it was a huge hit all over the world. And that was, and it was released in 1967. Actually, it was released in December. So Gary, I'll say his name, Gary Loizo. I'll talk about him because he was the lead singer and of American Breed. And then they broke up in 1970, around there. And let's see what else. And then he went on to start his own recording business. And he founded Pumpkin Studios in 1976, and that place was founded in Oak Lawn, Illinois. I think on 95th Street somewhere. That's what I've been told. And he became a record engineer, and he worked with a lot of recording artists during that time. He recorded with REO Speedwagon, Styx, Bad Company, Survivor, Liza Minnelli, and Slash, and others, And then in 2005, when the Chicago White Sox won the World Series, he issued a single called "Rock with the Sox," and that was produced by him. That was pretty good, So I didn't know about that. I got to listen to that thing, and I didn't get the connection of that. Him with American Breed, and when he produced that single. Okay. So he was a busy guy. As for the other members of the band, they went to form Rufus with Chaka Khan, and their famous song is the songs was "Tell Me Something Good" or "Ain't Nobody," like that. And what was the other? And then with Chaka Khan, she's from Chicago. She's famous for that single in the '80s, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, like that. So anyway, right now I'm going to play a radio commercial. This is a radio commercial that features the American Breed, and this is with Coca-Cola. And this came out probably in the late 60s, and I found it on YouTube, so I downloaded it, and it sounds pretty good. So I'm going to play it right now, and when I come back, I'll close the show. Okay, folks? So here it is. Thank you.
Watching zebras at the zoo, having fun just holding hands, sipping Coke at popcorn stands. As long as we're together, things are better with girl, you ease my mind. Coca-Cola, doing things together, things are better with girl, I'm feeling fine. Can't believe the day is past. Time with you goes much too fast. Now it's getting kind of late, and ice cold Coke would taste just great. Things go better with Coca-Cola.
The American Breed, but Coca-Cola.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Coca-Cola. Things go better with Coke. Featuring the song Bend Me, Shape Me from the American Breed. Yeah. So, classic 60s song. I love it. I really do. As for Gary Loiso, or can't say his name, let's see. Unfortunately, he passed away on January 16, 2016. He was 70 years old. So he died of pancreatic cancer. Oh, that's a shame. So I guess he worked up to the end. So he had an amazing career. A lot of people didn't know him. He wasn't, unless you were in Chicago, locally. So that's, so his music will live on, As for the other members of the group, I don't know if they're still alive or they retired. Or I don't know if they're together anymore or, doing a revival group. Maybe. I have no idea. Okay. So that's it for this program. I'll do a recap of what I talk about. I talk about my high school memories of dining at White Castles in Chicago, right across the street from Bogan High School. Also, the rock group, The American Breed. Okay. And this podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Overcast, Breaker. Just hit follow if you tap on the app. Also, it'll be on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel. Again, if people still ask me, where do I find your podcast? I want to listen to your podcast. Go to YouTube, do a search, Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast, or my name, Pete Costanas. You will find it. Click subscribe, and you'll get the latest episodes, via notifications. Or if you have time, listen to previous episodes. Some people tell me they binge listen. That's what it's called. It's kind of weird. That's fine. They have time to do that. If you're at home, you're in your car, or any place, help yourself. Also, be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. The link is there, so you can copy the links, and it'll take you right there, and you can listen. Okay. So I will probably do another episode, maybe Saturday or Sunday, probably. So this is Pete Costanas, your host of Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me today. It looks like a lovely day. Kind of cloudy, but it's warm, but it'll get chilly later on. That's how it is. That's March. So we'll see what happens. So everyone have a great day. And here's bye-bye from me. And here's a little traveling music with Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.